All right, let's talk about the death of Slim Shady. I've been a lifelong Eminem fan for about as long as I can remember, probably from when I was like 9 or 10. With that said, I don't know what the fuck is up with critics, man. They just hold this guy to a different standard. So I was looking forward to this album. I do this to myself every goddamn time a new Eminem or Kanye West album comes out. And I just think something's gonna be different this time, and maybe critics will wake the fuck up and actually give him a decent review. But nope, every fucking time it's this shit. And I'm trying to understand why this is happening. In what world is this a fucking 1 out of 3? In what world? Seriously. Like, who the fuck is Karan Singh, and why are you giving this a fucking 1.3 out of 5? Are you kidding me? This is ridiculous. Community rate is not much better, probably because I don't fucking know why. There's just no fucking way. Let's go to Sputnik. So Sputnik, probably closer to what I'm expecting, which I think is fair. 3.7 out of 5. That makes more sense to me. Yeah, see? That's about what this album is. It's not crazy, but if you've been a longtime Eminem fan, I feel like this is more of a return to form since the early days, the Eminem Show days. We all know he kind of went off on a tangent with Relapse. He sort of went very heavy into horrorcore and did some crazy shit. In retrospect, that's a really good album. I think a lot of people enjoy that. And then with Recovery, it's probably one of his most successful albums, but he got really into the pop stuff and he changed up his flow a lot. He changed up the style of sound and like I don't know how to even explain it. It just sounded different. It's not what a lot of people liked. A lot of younger people, interestingly enough, I feel like that one, like in their early 20s. I've actually seen some reaction channels that consider that one of his greater ones. But for the OG fans that grew up with him, that was just too much of a switch up. This right here, though, I feel is finally kind of like a fan note, like a parting gift to the fans, where he's no longer going to be doing the Slim Shady persona, and he's giving us what we that grew up with him have always wanted, which was another good album from those days. The beats sound similar. The subject matter is controversial, if you want to call it that, as it is. I mean, he literally said there's a reason for everything that's said there. So one issue I have with these critics is, even though he himself said this is a goddamn concept album, it's meant to kind of provoke, it's meant to show why Slim Shady wouldn't be, right in this day and age. This is his way of proving it and kind of sending him off in a proper way, giving the fans kind of one last hurrah. Even with all that, they acknowledge it and then still give it a fucking 1.3 out of 5. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, I don't understand it. So at least this is one of the better reviews, and I think a 3.7 or a 3 out of 5, a 6 or 7 out of 10 is about more what I would expect. This fucking crazy 1.3 out of 5 bullshit, I don't know who the fuck this person is. I hate him. Of course, side note, I wouldn't wish violence on anyone, especially in this day and age. There's a lot of crazy discourse and political violence and shit like that. So I just want to make sure I'm clear as I'm expressing my outrage that we're doing this just to have a discourse, not to bring hate on anyone or anything like that, right? The fact that this person can even give their opinion is great. That's what this country is all about. I think that's fine. He's entitled to his opinion. I just think it's trash, but that's fine. And when I say hate, I'm just, expressing a little bit of shock here. I don't actually know this person, but their opinion is garbage in my opinion. So yeah, I'm not gonna go and skim through it. I think a lot of people have already read this. I'm just really more making this video because I feel like with every fucking album Eminem's dropped in the past 1 or 2 decades, since Encore, Encore deservedly so. I think he was afraid of the leaks. So he started switching it up last minute. I think he made some new tracks for that right before it released. And that was at the height of his addiction and all that. Even though he gave us some great albums while he was addicted, but I think that's the fame got to him and all of that. He got a little sloppy. So Encore, even though I really like that album, I think a lot of it, like a good half of it, is really good. It was kind of sloppy, and then I think not sure really I think Relapse itself was probably more of like a concept album. He wanted to go really into the crazy horrorcore. I personally love it. I go back and listen to a lot of it, but yeah, I don't know. I just feel like critics have always not liked them, but I think like they were fair in their reviews, and now they're just outright bashing and giving it bullshit like this. Another example that comes to mind that really fucking pissed me off is Donda. So Donda, check this fucking shit out. Where are the goddamn reviews? Oh, I know it was one of these. It was one of these that gave it like a 0. 0 score. Zerp. Donda review. I don't even see where the fucking score is, but it was because he had Marilyn Manson. Like, all right, who the fuck is Rosen O'Connor? First of all, does this fucking person look like they listen to rap? Let's be honest here. I mean, music editor for what? What fucking music is she reviewing? Does this person look like they listen to rap? This person looks like they listen to Taylor Swift while they're off dropping their kids. Like, I'm just being real. And The Independent, I guess it's probably a UK outlet. But like, what the fuck is this shit? Where's the rest of her reviews? What else is she reviewing? Louis Capaldi Bastille. Fucking Bastille? Why is someone that's reviewing Bastille reviewing Kanye West? Are you fucking kidding me? Like, look at this shit. They got literally the last person on earth that should be reviewing Kanye West to review Donda, which that was a messy album. It was very long, but I think there were parts that had a lot of brilliance to them in there. Off the Grid was just really a great record, in my opinion. Jail, there was some good ones. My memory is really shit, so unless I pull it up, which I can't just recite. That's just always been the case with me. I just don't have a good memory. But yeah, God Breathed, Praise God. Believe What I Say was really beautiful. Remote Control, I love Moon of Kid Cudi. There was a lot of good ones there. And then, of course, when he released, Life of the Party was fantastic with Andre 3000, when he then cut out the diss to, who the fuck was it? To Drake, I think. But anyways, these albums just don't deserve this kind of fucking bullshit just because they have certain opinions. I feel like a lot of music critics aren't reviewing on the basis of the songs, the production, and the lyrics, but just on whether or not they like the fucking individual. And I just don't understand it. I really don't. I'm just kind of ranting, which is the reason I made this video, because I think it's unfair. And I think it's unfair in your reviews that you're acknowledging, that Eminem is talking about some controversial shit, and even acknowledging that there's a reason why he's doing that, so then he can put this persona to sleep and evolve and all that. And you're still not even giving him any credit when these are some of the greatest beats we've had in recent time. I mean, this is a fantastic album. When Houdini dropped, a lot of people are like, oh, we're probably in for a treat. Because some of the greater ones he's had in the past, like the Eminem show, he's had a goofy ass song that he released as a preface to the rest of the album, which usually has a lot more serious, great songs. I mean, fuck, this album, Renaissance into Habits, is fantastic. Brand New Dance, straight off of Encore, that's a good, just nostalgic one, but it's just a fun song. I was always rocking with Evil. Lucifer and the Antichrist, especially Antichrist, was great. Feel is fucking amazing. Everyone just loves this one, including Pitchfork, who hates Eminem. So even perfect example. Let's fucking pull up Pitchfork's, not that one, that's Donda. Let's pull up Pitchfork's review of, that is some Shady. We'll look up Fuel. So even here, they're admitting moments of genuine inspiration. Though he deflates Fuel with an overlong technique-heavy tirade, who thought Eminem deflated the song after Jid's verse on it? No one. That's they literally fucking come up with reasons to hate him. I don't understand it. That was just a great song. Jid or JID, I'm sorry, I heard this person's really great. I'm gonna listen to more of their songs, so I hope I'm not butchering the way you're supposed to say the name. But the verse is great, so I really want to listen to more of this person, because I just don't know much about him. A lot of these new artists, because I'm 34, so I grew up with a lot of your Paul Walls, Kanye West, back in the 2000s, right? But a lot of these new guys, for example, I didn't know who, where is he? Babytron was before Toby, and now I've been watching some more videos on Babytron because I really loved his verse on Toby, which was fantastic. But going back to what I'm saying, that was a great song. I think Eminem did great to follow up the verse from Jid. Nah, still fucking has a reason to just trash. On the one hand, you're like, oh, he's still a titan at wordplay and lyricism and all that, but then you're like, oh, but it's too much. It is overlong, technique-heavy tirade. Why the fuck is that bad? I don't fucking understand it. Anyways, Guilty Conscience 2, amazing. I'd say the whole first, leading up to this is just amazing. I mean, the beats on Antichrist, Fuel. I love the beat on Road Rage, the subject matter, fucking whatever he's joking about it. I mean, we all have acceptance and shit like that, but we can acknowledge hey, obesity is a big fucking problem in this country. He's just kind of calling out like, hey, maybe we shouldn't just fucking be okay to say that it's just okay. You should be happy and comfortable with who you are, and no one should bully others, but we should acknowledge that's just not fucking healthy. Like, period. We should masquerade around that. So I think that's fine to say. I mean, I used to be overweight myself more in high school. I lost weight. Even right now when I'm bulking because I work out, it's when I go heavier, like above 200, it's harder for me to breathe and walk around than when I'm like 180, 190. There's a difference. I can't imagine, folks that are a lot bigger, like, and I'm sure they know this, so I'm just fucking preaching to the choir. But like, point is, are you fucking mad about him just talking about this? Like, we're just having, a conversation. Like, who fucking cares? And a lot of it is supposed to be provocative and performative, so fuck it. Rest of the album, Head Honcho was great with, again, Easy Mill, don't know who he is. I've heard he's like this Filipino-American rapper, but love the style, and Eminem kind of proves with this one that he can sort of still keep up with the flows of, today. So following Easy Mill's verse, he kind of flowed right into that, which I thought was cool. Temporary, I thought was a pretty cool song about his daughter. And then he has Somebody Save Me, which I can see now is the third single. Of course, he always has these songs. Mockingbird off Encore, Beautiful off Relapse, Love the Way You Lie off Recovery. He had Walk on Water off Relapse, which I honestly just was not the biggest fan of. Speaking of which, first, he talks about shit that doesn't matter. He's too old. Why is he fucking talking about being the GOAT and all that? Then he actually tries to talk about serious things and politics, and then they still fucking shit on him, right? God damn, what the hell is it called? The one, I'm blanking here. I think Revival, yeah. Not the greatest album, but I did like Antiseptic or whatever the fuck it was called. There was a couple in there if we go back to it. Actually, let's do that. So, Eminem Revival. Yeah, River, again, stuff like that, I just don't care for. Like, that's the one thing that I just don't like when he does that shit. Like, I guess I get it, but you literally were like, oh, I'm never gonna sell out the pop, and like, when half your shit is stupid shit like that, I'm just like, that I don't fucking care about, so trash that. Yeah, that should be trashed for sure. But yeah, Believe, Into Chloroseptic, love these two. Framed was fun. Where was the Castle? The ones again about his daughter, the ones where he gets more heartfelt are always good. So point is, like, each album still has, some good songs. But point with this one, he was trying to talk about more serious subject matter, and he still got shit for it, like pretty fucking bad. This might be his second worst reviewed album after Death of Slim Shady, which is fucking crazy. You cannot tell me this album's a fucking 48 out of 100. Are you out of your goddamn mind? There's no fucking way. There's no fucking way. 1.3 out of 5. Oh my god. Okay. Anyways, fuck me. Jesus Christ. Independent again. Is it the same fucking lady that did the Kanye West? No. Okay, Stevie Chick. Who the fuck is Stevie Chick? It doesn't even fucking matter. But I guarantee you it's someone that should not be reviewing Eminem. Why are they getting... I know why. It's because they're gonna get people to write these... They're going to get the people that shouldn't be reviewing these albums to review them so they can get the clickbait, give them shitty scores, and just get traffic to their review sites, which is sad that that's the state that we're in. And then you got to make all this fucking political commentary when it's an album where he's poking fun of himself and he's admitting everything he's saying he doesn't mean it, or if he's meant it in the past, he's trying to grow from it. I just don't fucking get it, man. I really don't. But regardless, it's going to sell a fuck ton. It's projected to go to 300 or above K first week without any physical copies because he's terrified of leaks to this day. If he had physical copies, it would probably be more like Kamikaze, like 450 plus or whatever. But I just don't understand this petty ass 4.8 out of 10. Like, what the fuck is this? Why couldn't you just round it up to 5? Like, why are you... How is this 0.2 less than Revival? I just don't understand. Like, just fucking give it 1 out of 5. I don't even understand the halves at this point. Just round up, like, own your shit. But yeah, Rolling Stone, surprised, like, and all of these is because they're focusing more on the subject matter itself, not how good his rapping is and how good the production is, and that he's giving the fans more of what he wants, but just the taking too seriously the fucking shit that Slim Shady's talking about, which is just ridiculous. Oh my god, I don't know. I'm ranting here. Every fucking time, I started doing this since Revival. I remember the first time that I was actively waiting for an album, and I was like, oh, I can't wait. Eminem's been gone for 5 years. I can't wait. This album is different. Like, what are reviewers gonna say? And then what they said fucking was not cool. So where is Relapse? Not Revival, Relapse. Like, look at this shit, man. Where is it? Like, fucking seriously? And then these motherfuckers, I don't know which site was it, one of the ones that recently gave him one of these garbage ass scores, gave like fucking Sexy Red or whatever, like an 8 out of 10 or a 4 out of 5. Like, are you fucking kidding me? There's no fucking way. I don't understand what goes in the mind of these. Someone please help me understand, because I know this album's not a 40 out of 100. There's just no goddamn way. Is it because he's rapping about controversial shit? He's always done that. Is he too old to talk about stuff like that now? Like, why are we putting an age cap? What else does he have to talk about? Are you trying to force him out? He's always going to be rapping. That's just what he does. He already tried the serious thing. No one cared for it. Clearly, he's still in demand to this day as a fucking like 53-year-old rapper selling out, continue to do #1 album. So who are these reviews swaying? No one's like not gonna buy the album because they're seeing a fucking 1.3 out of 5. I just don't understand it, man. I think 3 or 4 for this album. I personally think it's a 4 out of 5 just because I love the beats. For me personally, I love that finally he's rapping more in the way that he used to back in like the Marshall Mathers LP and like Eminem show days, as opposed to this weird choppy flow and super fast rhyming, which there's a little bit of that here, but just enough sprinkled in. It's not like a full-on Godzilla, which on its own, Godzilla is like fun and like rap god, but it's like too much. I just preferred more of that clean, just methodical, easier to listen to, easier in the years, you know, more serious, like Till I Collapse, one of the greatest rap songs ever. For the gym, come on, get the fuck out of here. Stuff like that, you know? I'm getting more of that vibe here. It's just crisp. The beat style, it's more of that like, I don't even know how to describe it because I don't know much of what I'm talking about. I'm really speaking here as a casual. By no means am I qualified to, you know, talk more about like how beats are produced and what they sound like and where they're inspired from. I'm not like a reviewer. The irony is not lost on me that I'm trashing reviewers, but it's when I don't know myself like how to really even rate an album. I just don't think this is fair. And I'm just speaking, you know, these are also my personal opinions. And I said at the beginning, even this Hip Hop DX review, they're entitled to review at this. I just personally think it's stupid, but I kind of get sometimes why you need to have other people that are not necessarily fans reviewing it to get a different perspective. For gaming wise, if anyone knows, there's a YouTuber that I really love. His name is Video Game Donkey or just Donkey. I forgot which review it was. I think it also had to do with critics, coincidentally, but he mentioned in one of them, like, some of the comments were like, why are you reviewing JRPGs and shit you hate? And he's like, because if I were to just review the stuff that I liked, you'd never get different opinions and I would just be stuck doing the same shit. But more importantly, because that way you know, if me as a person that dislikes heavily JRPGs is playing a JRPG and is giving it a good score, then you should really value my opinion more because it means that's probably actually a really good game in that genre. I think the one at the time was Dungeon Quest. Am I thinking of it right? Was it Dungeon Quest? Again, see, my memory's so fucking garbage. Dungeon Dragon? DQ11. Yeah, it is Dragon Quest. Did I say Dungeon Quest? I meant Dragon Quest 11. He really liked this one. And this is as JRPG heavy as it comes, but it's got a lot of, you know, great art style and it's just goofy and it's, I don't know, it's a good time. I'd replay that game any day. But anyways, point being, it still applies to music reviews. I understand sometimes you need a different perspective and you can't just have fans of the same genre reviewing it. I just don't think objectively a 1.3 out of 5 makes any sense in any world. Or in Kanye West's case for Donda, fucking 0 out of 5 because he had Marilyn Monroe. Is this just how it works? Like, are like in any medium, film, song, like, or music, you're reviewing it more than just the content and how good it sounds and, you know, how good you're rhyming and singing, whatever. You're also just the subject matter and like what they're talking about. I mean, I guess, but I feel like, should that take more emphasis than the actual quality? Because that's what I feel like is happening here. I feel like if they just took that out, this would be heavier to like 75, 80. But I feel like because they're putting such a heavy emphasis on the subject matter, undeservedly so in my opinion, that it's at a fucking 48 out of 100. So anyways, I just think it's fucking dumb. But yeah, to, I guess, round it out here, Fantano, the needle drop? Fantano? I forgot his name. He actually gave this one.
Hi everyone, Slim and Shady channel.
Holy shit, what is happening?
You're the internet's busiest.
He gave it a decent 5 out of 10. I mean, I think, I get it, like at least 2.5, 5 out of 10, I can still see that. I just cannot see a fucking 1.3 out of 5. That is just ridiculous. Anyways, so with that, I just don't know if anyone else agrees with me. I just got really fucking upset, especially. I mean, in no world would I have anticipated this album would have been his worst review one. Below fucking like Revival. I was generally expecting 60s to 70s. Like you look at MMLP2, that one got, I believe, what was that one? Like 73, 74, it was pretty good, 72. And again, fucking Pitchfork with the 4.7 out of 10. What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? How is this a 4.7? Is a Titan with wordplay. 4.7 out of 10 though. At a loss of how to apply his talents. I feel like he applied them pretty fucking well. The lesson here, if there's one to be gleaned from this 80 minutes of cold, clinical, lyrical acrobatics, is that rap sequels are like trying on old prom clothes. Chance one if you dare, but the only thing you're liable to display is how much you've let yourself go since your glory days. So on the one hand, Titan with wordplay, but like cold, or not calculated. What did they say here? What the fuck did they say? Cold, clinical, lyrical acrobatics. Cold, clinical. Clinical used to be a word, like a positive word. Like if someone was like, oh, they're clinical, that means they're precise. They're just like methodical. They're really fucking good at their craft. And here they're like, oh, he's too clinical. Like he's too good. Where it almost like what? Sounds kind of like AI or like too forced or something. So like it just feels contradictory. I didn't get any of that in their review here, right? In their Death of Slim Shady. Instead, he can't seem to grow. Old white guy. Provocative on the first few albums, not because of the lyrics, but because he anticipated the criticism his lyrics would inspire. What the fuck does that mean? He anticipated it here too, which is why he said, hey, this is a concept album, listen to it from start to finish. He already knew it was gonna get trashed, but to this extent, that's insane. Brand New Dance might be the best song here. Why? Because it's off Encore, which is an album you guys trashed too? I don't understand. It comes from an era where he was still comfortable in his own skin, but I feel like that's not how he said in your review. Now he's stuck between contradictions. He claims to be above Slim Shady's acidity, but included that song anyway. So what? That's to prove the point. If Slim Shady's a mirror, as he asserts in Guilty Conscience 2, he still can't smash it. All the shards are now the same reflection. Bro, get the fuck out of here with this bullshit. This like hipster. Anyways. I know these people are far more qualified objectively to talk, not objectively, they have the talent to review albums in a way that I can't, because presumably that's why they're doing this, but it just feels more personal. If you're giving this a 4.8, but you're giving other shit, I swear it was Pitchfork. I don't think they gave, was it them that gave the Sexy Red? Let me see something here. Sexy Red's new album. In Sexy We Trust, okay. Let's see something. Yo, what the fuck, man? What the fuck? I'm fucking out. That's all I got to say.